Hi guys, this is Vita with Life Her Way, and we're back with another video for VlogTober. Now, I struggled with wanting to have this conversation because, I'm not the type of content creator where I do a lot of stitching of other people, unless it has something to do with me, like if it resonates with what is going on in my life. So Ayesha Curry.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Ayesha Curry, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm hanging in there right now. I'm really nervous to be here.
Wait, why?
I'm so excited.
Oh my God, Ayesha.
Yeah, so I'm just grateful. I'm excited. Hoping I don't get in trouble for the things that I say.
So Ayesha Curry has been in the news. And so because I refuse to watch the whole thing, and I know that may not be good, especially if I'm here now giving some commentary, but mostly my opinion of the situation. This is what I see.
Okay, 4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
I see a woman who is stating her truth, and each time she does, she is ridiculed online. And she's ridiculed, in my opinion, because people think just because she is the wife of a famous athlete, that somehow, some way, she is supposed to, I guess, not be her authentic self. She's not supposed to be able to tell her truth. She's supposed to live in this facade so that other people are happy with her, and made to believe that she's in this world where every woman would die, every woman would love to be in. Is this what I'm getting? Hold on, y'all. I see a spider. Okay, I'm back now. Let me pour this tea right quick. So we're discussing Miss Ayesha Curry, but before we do, this is just one of my favorite teas that I like to drink on, and it helps with my throat, helps with my with respiratory issues. I'm saying issues, but it helps with cold and flu stuff, if you will. So Ayesha Curry. As I stated, I think a lot of times women have an opinion of other women who are affluent in whatever manner, whether it's, them being by themselves, and just running their own lives, or being coupled with someone, and by their, I guess, sheer connection to the other person who is famous, let's just say, then, people, in a sense, covet their life, and they think that, a lot of people would love to be in your shoes.
In the early days, because you guys didn't know how to handle it.
It's a double-edged sword, because parts of it have afforded me doors to be open. I obviously have to walk through them and then put in the work to stay in the room. But that, I think, would be the elephant in the room, is like, I'm grateful for that side of things. But on the flip side, I in the beginning hated it so much. I did not sign up for that. I also always thought, like, I didn't know that he was gonna end up playing basketball. Like he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like I thought I was gonna be like the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know. And so it just like it was weird.
So because Ayesha Curry is able to state her truth, standing 10 toes down, and not being ashamed of it, it seems to me as though people like to say that she's being disrespectful to her husband. And I don't get it. I don't get it where women are not allowed to be their authentic selves. I don't get it where all of a sudden you become a mother and you lose who you are. All of a sudden you become a wife and you lose who you are. And maybe, of course, I'll never understand it because I've never been a mother, I've never been a wife, and I don't aspire to be. But what I do aspire to be is my authentic self. And I hope most women, if not all women, aspire to be their authentic self. So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to some of the comments that she made. I'm listening to some of the commentary that was made behind it. And I'm just confused. I'm confused as hell.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like, he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real.
Like, where is the disrespect? Because if you really listen to what she was saying when she was asked about, you know, did she aspire to live the way that she's living now? She made it very clear. And of course, I'm paraphrasing. So please don't think I'm quoting. In a nutshell, no, this is not how she saw her life. She didn't dream of being the wife of a famous athlete. She had her own dreams. She had her own aspirations. She just happened to fall in love and marry a man who is now Steph Curry, you know? So for her to say, no, she did not dream of this, but she ended up saying how she loves being a mother. And people are going in on the fact like, oh, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, are we just not listening? Are we not comprehending, or are we just ready to just pounce on someone because you think that they ought to be grateful for the lifestyle that they're living? Shame on you. Shame on each and every one of you who thinks that she ought to be grateful that she is living the life that she's living. Because, you know, the average woman would love to have your lifestyle. Anyway, we don't know what she goes through being Ayesha Curry. We have no idea. All we see is what they allow us to see. And that's it. That's all. As a person who okay, let me go back. So at one point in my life, I did aspire to be a wife. I did aspire to be a mother. So I just didn't come out the womb saying, I don't want to be no wife. I don't want to be a mother. No, that it just got to a point. And I know a lot of it came from the fact that for many, 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 many years, y'all, I've coined this phrase, good girl for God. You know, I was a good girl for God for the majority of my life. I would say from my teenage years when I got saved all the way until I was almost 40. Yeah. If not 40, definitely 38, 39. Truly a good girl for God. And I was a rule follower. And at some point between my good girl for God era and me finding who I really was authentically and not in the manner in which the church was telling me that I should, because again, I was a rule follower. So if they told me to do something, I did it. I was a rule follower. And when I started to really look at me, I had to come to the realization, although I wanted marriage, I wanted children at one point, but there was a time in my good girl for God era, I realized, is this what you really want? Or is this the expectation that you should be? You should aspire to be married. You should aspire to be a mother. And excuse me, I don't know why my fan is making that much noise. What's going on with you? But anyway, so when I realized, I really don't know if this is what I want. And then it went from, I really don't know. I feel like my fan is competing with me. Maybe I just have it spinning too fast. But is this what I really want? Or is this what is simply expected of me? And now it's become a part of what I think I want. And then it went from that to, you know what? I've lived an extremely great life without the benefit of children, without the benefit of a husband. And at this point in my life, I don't think I want it. And I continue to live my life to the point where I realized it didn't matter if I got into a relationship. Whenever I did, I knew I didn't want children. And it got to the point, as I continued to grow and get to know me, I realized I don't even want marriage. And that at this point, I'm falling out of the good girl for God, and I'm actually falling out of Christianity, So I, at this point, am not really even a practicing Christian. So when I realized, it's so loud. I hope it's not appearing loud on the video. If so, forgive me, but rather, because I can't turn it off, y'all. I'm going through the change of life. I need the fan on, but it is making a lot of noise for no reason. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay, it's hitting up against one of the glass bulbs. Anyway, so I digress. So knowing now, or at that point, knowing that I was no longer a practicing Christian, it didn't matter to me what other people were thinking about, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. And it just didn't matter. And then something truly happened when I turned 40. I remembered it. And then my BFF had to remind me that Oprah Winfrey said this, but I don't know if she said it when she turned 40. I think Oprah Winfrey said it when she turned 50. But it was this, for me, all of a sudden I had this I don't give a F attitude. And I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do what brings me joy. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. And that was the most freeing declaration I ever could have made for myself. To say that I am going to live my life my way. And I coined this slogan for me way back then. It was like, I love me more. I'm going to do life my way. And hence the channel, Life Her Way, Loving Me More. Because for so long, I lived my life under the guides of what was expected of me and under the thumb of what others said I should do. Again, being that rule follower. So when I came out from up under that thought process, and again, like I said, it was the most freeing the most freeing experience I ever had was coming to the knowledge that I can live my life my way and it's okay. And I am responsible for me. And that's it. So whatever happens in my life, good, bad, or ugly, indifferent, no matter what, I am responsible for that. And I'm okay with whatever happens. I'll take it. But what I could not take was living in this box. And I can't even say that someone else created, because even if they created it, I decided to live in it. So when I'm looking at Miss Ayesha Curry, I'm looking at a person who sees the box and refuses to live in the box. And because she refuses to live in the box, we can't seem to understand why she just can't live in the box. Why can't you just be what we need you to be in order to make us comfortable? Because her speaking and living her truth seems to me makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And it's sad. It's really sad. Y'all, I hope I'm looking at the camera right. I'm just now looking. I hope I'm looking at the camera right. That is the camera. It's too late now, honey. Too late now. So if I'm looking cockeyed, I'm sorry. But I just wanted to just have a conversation about how we need to be very careful about how we put our mouths on how someone else decides to live their life. It may not be good for you. You may not think that that's what you would have done if you would have been his wife. But this is the life that she has decided to live. And you know who's not talking against her? Her husband. So I guess it's all right with him, allowing her to speak her truth, to live in her truth, and be her authentic self. Y'all, again, at 53, there's just some things that I cannot allow to rest, rule, and abide in my spirit. And that is the opinions that others have of me. Because it ain't none of my business. Your opinion of me is not my business. My opinion of me is my business. And that's what I love about how free she was in that conversation. It was her opinion about herself, to me, that was able to shine through. And to me, that is what probably got up under some people's skin. Because she was more confident in her own opinion of herself. So that's the reason why she could speak so candidly. Because her opinion of herself mattered, not the opinions that other people had of her. All I can say is, y'all, in the words of that little girl, worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. This is Vita with Life Her Way. Just my take on this Ayesha Curry issue and conversation that's going on. Again, I don't normally weigh in, but I'm here now. Y'all have a good one. Bye, y'all. Live your authentic life your way. Smooches. Bye, y'all.